All right, I think one of the biggest ways to improve your creativity when it comes to making music and to producing new styles of music is to just constantly listen to new music. You have to expose yourself to as much music as possible, and music is being released in the thousands, in the hundreds of thousands every week. You have artists out there putting out new material that is constantly refreshing the music industry. Um, and you can find it in your specific genre or like pocket of the music industry. It doesn't matter what genre you make. You can make metal, but you have to constantly expose yourself to the new metal that's being released, and you have to see what these guys are doing with the music or in electronic music. I think there's the most room for creativity and the most room for new innovative styles of music in electronic music because the possibilities are so, like, they're not limitless, but they're practically limitless. You can do so much with technology now in music that it explodes open a giant realm of like new sound that you're able to use, and you're able to create with computers and with synthesizers, like analog and new MIDI and stuff. So you just have to expose yourself to these new music or new styles of music. Just every day listen to music. I listen to music probably for 6 hours every day. There's music on, and I'm just listening through music. And then it kind of like just feeds ideas into your head. So when you get in the studio, when you get on that synthesizer, or when you get on your MIDI controller, these ideas are just kind of resting in the back of your mind that you've been exposed to by listening to music so much every day and every week. Especially new music. It's one thing to find a song you like and then you just rinse it out, a million times. But it's also good to just keep searching for new music. And don't like look down upon new artists. New artists, I think they bring in a new kind of style to music. So don't like if you've been in the music game for a while and there's like a new artist that has a new song and you just don't play it because it's a new artist and you think you have some kind of like hierarchy over them. I think that's ridiculous. And I think it's not going to work for you for very long because you have to, like, these new artists is where the new innovation's coming from. They're the tomorrow. They're the ones coming up as well. So you have to listen to them too. Don't just brush them aside because they're new artists, but like you have to be able to accept all kinds of music, and really find like the styles that are cool, and appreciate that as music. Because then you never know, that new catchy sound might come from some area or some person that you least expect it, but if it's catchy, you can adopt it and kind of like morph it into, or kind of like mold it into the style that you use. But maybe you want a different kind of drum beat, or you want a different just different tempo on the song, or you want to slow something down and speed it up. But you like the way the melody is when it comes to the harmony and like the emotion that it gives. You can keep that aspect, but then you can also take it and slow it down, or speed it up, whatever you want to do, or just add a new kind of drum beat to it, a new rhythm, and some stuff like that, and everything. And like that's really where new innovative and creative music comes from, and music that is new, that people haven't heard before. And so that's really important for pushing our music, pushing music in general just forward into the future. So tomorrow's music is fresh and new to the ears that people are appreciating the music from. So to do that, you just have to expose yourself to as much music as possible, man. Like all my friends who are in really big bands, they're big producers, they're touring all over the world, they're doing great things with music, man. You go to their places where they like lay their head to rest, like when they're not on tour, and like their actual places where they live, that they call home. and these places are full of records. You just dig through records, man. There's records falling off the walls. They have so much music, and it's just because that's what they do. They listen to music. Or you look at some new producers, and their hard drives are just chock full of new music. You know, they have external hard drives that are just gigabytes and gigabytes, you know, and like terabytes full of music. That's just incredible, you know. But that's because they expose themselves to this music, and then all these ideas just kind of sit there in their mind, and then when they're in the studio working on something, they might just pull a bit out of this one, and then a bit out of this one, and then combine them all together to make something completely fresh and new to the listener's ears. But yeah, you have to just listen to music a lot. It becomes part of your lifestyle. You know, you wake up and you turn on the song, you know, then you take a shower and there's a song playing, or you're brushing your teeth, there's a song playing. You know, you're working out, there's music, you're listening to music. You know, you're on a jog, you're on a run, you know, and you're listening to music. You're in class and lecture and you're listening to music. You know. No, but you know what I mean. Like you're exposed to music so much, and it's such a big part of your life, you know, that you have to listen to music, and that's where you get a lot of the ideas that come into your own songs and that come into your own pieces of music and everything. So yeah, just listen to music, listen to as much new music as possible, and don't blow artists off that are like on the rise, because they might have some great ideas. Maybe they're mixing and mastering, or maybe their production level is not quite to the standard that like a professional level is at, but you know, the ideas are still there. Like don't discredit the fact that they have these wild and fresh ideas and new ideas that are coming in. So I think that's where a lot of creative thinking stems from and comes from, to push music into the future and push music forward. So yeah, I have a website called epsilon144.com, and if you go into the resource section of the site, under resources, there's a section under that section that's called lessons, and I have a bunch of FL Studio lessons, Ableton lessons, music theory, audio connection, recording, even music industry business lessons, as well as the last tab is for creative thinking. So this video is going to go into that creative thinking part. And if you want to watch more videos about music production in FL Studio or Ableton or like recording arts, check out my website, epsilon144.com, or just browse through these YouTube videos. They're all on here too, you know. But yeah, don't stop listening to music, and keep listening to new music. Collect those records, man. Collect those records, so then you can go crate digging or crate diving someday, you know. Dive into those crates, you know. Just dive into them, and don't drown, but like almost drown yourself in those records, man. So it's important. Expose yourself to a lot of new music, and have a great day. Take care, everyone. Peace.